A very warm welcome again. We've had an excellent response to this webinar, and I hope I'll be able to keep you enthralled about outsourcing for the next half an hour or so. And I'll try to keep it very much on time because I recognize the fact that you're all very busy. So we'll try and keep it absolutely to the half-hour mark. The webinar is about travel. It's about travel outsourcing. But for this to be of true value to you, I guess we need to dispel some myths about outsourcing before we can identify some areas of opportunity and really sow the seed, so to speak, for you to seriously consider its use. A little bit about the person who's really running this webinar, myself, Manuel Mascarenas. I'm the Business Development Director at Open Destinations. I've been with them for about 3 years. I've had over 40 years experience in the travel industry in the UK, but also worked in the Middle East and in Africa. Previous roles were at British Airways. I've worked at TUI, at Thomas Cook, at Kuoni, also managing director of Wendy Wu Tours, and also helped the Royal Horticultural Society run their travel division, as well as partnerships. Enough about me. And more about Open Destinations. We're a full-service travel tech company. Our software brands are Travel Studio, which is our all-singing, all-dancing reservation system. We have Travel Builder, which is a light version of Travel Studio, and Itinerary, which is a mobile itinerary, communication, and customer feedback platform. As a business, we have over 500 staff, most of whom are based in Goa, but we also have a UK office where we have about 50 staff, including myself. We've just celebrated 20 years of being in business. And as regards business process outsourcing, we launched just under 12 years ago. Open Destinations as a business has over 90 technology and outsourcing customers across 30 countries, so we're very much a global organization. In terms of BPO, we were delighted in 2018 to be voted the Travel Outsourcing Team of the Year. We love awards by CV Magazine. And the Sunday Times recognized our business as one of the fastest growing SMEs in the years 2015 and 16. We work with a whole host of outsourcing customers, a wide range of business types ranging from luxury and escorted tour operators to airlines, from online retailers to destination management companies. About a quarter of our outsourcing customers use our travel software, Travel Studio, but we also work with such prominent brands, reservation systems as iVector, Dolphin, TravelLink, Apache, Ocean, Droove, and numerous in-house reservation systems. About our agenda, so we try and identify the truth about outsourcing. Is it something that's right for your business? How do you choose an outsourcing partner? The benefits of outsourcing, and then finally, the sort of expertise that we have within our business that we currently offer our customers, which is grouped into 5 major groups, and we'll go through those. So I hope you'll find the agenda interesting. An interesting frame here. So what do Staffordshire Terriers, Joan of Arc, and Andy Murray all have in common? Would you leave your Staffordshire Terrier alone with your young child? How could a peasant girl lead a French army against the might of the English? And is Sir Andy Murray really self-centered, egotistical, surly, and not very personable? Yeah, staffs are misunderstood. We all have preconceived ideas and often misconceptions about these vicious and untrustworthy Staffordshire Terriers. Joan of Arc was merely an invention by the French. And yes, we know about Sir Andy Murray, but we do know different. Staffs are generally very child-friendly. Joan of Arc bravely took the lead in the Hundred Years' War, and perhaps our latter-day Jeanne d'Arc is none other than Greta Thunberg. Andy showed his true self on court when he won Wimbledon. And yes, we all love him now, don't we? Business process outsourcing is also misunderstood. In its own way, BPO is surrounded by preconceived ideas and misconceptions, and we'll run through those now. Offshore companies are sweatshops. Not always, and I must say we are an exception, as are most reputable outsourcing businesses. We operate an extremely well-managed operation, structured performance management of staff, robust recruitment processes to get quality staff in, to train them, develop them, and retain them for development within the business. The offices are spacious and modern, and really I think we'd all like to be there because they're just a stone's throw from the beach and the seafront in Goa. My goodness, I can feel the waves now. We lay great store in the work environment as well as developing our staff through training and building on their skill sets. It's risky to hand over my business to an offshore operation. Not if you treat the team as your own. And this is where we've had great success as a business. Keep the team on the periphery of your business, and yes, there's every chance their expectations will not be met. Treat them as an extension of your own team through involvement, regular communication, ongoing evaluation against agreed service level agreements, and you're likely to optimize efficiency and performance. This is also where the major advancement in technology has been really crucial to the success of outsourcing. It allows us to engage much better with customers. We use Skype, video conferencing, and we conduct online training. We share online tools and drives to safely access your in-house systems using systems such as Citrix. Furthermore, good tracking and monitoring helps one gain better control of the operation. It's a risk to GDPR, and this is all about customer data, of course, for those who might not be aware of it. But robust processes can improve compliance and help manage risk. We don't handle the data, but protecting customer data relies so heavily on process. And that is what good outsourcing is all about. Robust, tried and tested processes drive productivity. They improve compliance, and they certainly help to manage risk. And in many ways, this can turn risk into a possible opportunity. There's always a language barrier with outsourcing. English is widely spoken, and voice is not a necessity, really. We don't do voice at Open Destinations, and English is potentially the first language in Goa. And people are particularly conversant with the written form. More importantly, where interpretation of the language is key, we have some superb skill sets. Outsourcing is only really about cost reduction, and that's how a lot of people see it. It's more than that. It's about people, and it's about productivity. Of course, cost reduction will feature prominently in any business case, but the true value of outsourcing is fourfold. Staff costs are generally lower, but they are also fully laden. You don't have to pay for equipment. You don't have to pay for office space and benefits. You certainly don't have to manage and provide resource to manage the staff. Good, well-trained outsourcing staff can make a big difference. And this is a significant difference from what we might have here and what I've experienced in previous roles. They are enthusiastic and they're motivated. They see these admin tasks as being really important. They also have the right mental approach in that, quite simply, they don't want to make mistakes. Outsourcing isn't the right fit for my business. Bespoke solutions can work for almost anyone. And this could be true, I suppose. But what we offer and what a lot of companies offer are bespoke solutions. We don't offer a one-size-fits-all, but something that is particularly devised and suited for your own needs and handled by a dedicated team to manage the project. We will engage with you to better understand the issues and follow up with a proposal that addresses your needs. And just to repeat that point about dedicated teams, at Open Destinations, we do not use a shared resource. You will have a dedicated team managing your account. So, assuming we have banished some of those myths, we can pose the following questions to see if outsourcing is right for your business. And here are some questions. Are the back office functions in your business taking up a great deal of time and resource? You'll receive this feedback from your teams and those who manage them. Do the back office functions in your business through error impact on your cost of sale and margin? This is the painstaking bit. It's massively time consuming and resource consuming, trying to unravel and mitigate errors, for instance. Do they take up a lot of your management and senior management time? From personal experience, these issues, which normally affect margin and profitability, almost invariably end up with the senior management team getting involved in speaking to suppliers, calling in favors to mitigate risk, or dealing with customers. Do they detract from core business priorities? Certainly, if the outputs impact on profitability and the integrity of the business and the brand. Is it difficult to recruit and retain staff? Keeping staff enthusiastic and motivated and performing mundane tasks is always an issue. None of us like doing those, but those who use the job as a stepping stone to bigger and better things in the company will certainly not possess the right mental approach. Are your back office functions potentially an obstacle to sale? Does it affect your speed to market or compromise your sales or customer service proposition that might be really unique to you? And more specifically, such issues as special offer loading. Are you really making the best of these special offers that are made available to you? Again, from personal experience, if they're loaded, allowing optimum selling time, as soon as you receive them, you load them and they're on and ready for sale, and they work, suppliers will be keen to make more offers available to you and possibly on an exclusive basis, which gives you that much desired edge in the market. Is your contract loading cost effective? Are you able to keep up the volume of contract amendments and stop sales? These are growing increasingly in numbers as hotels start to manage their inventory at a much greater level of granularity. Quality control. This is related primarily to dealing with customer complaints and service delivery in resort, and something we have a special set of skill sets in dealing with, and a couple of customers who have asked us to do this on their behalf. Invoice payments. Do you encounter issues with supplier invoice and payment reconciliation? Web content. How important is this? It's the shop window of your business. And if it's not accurate and it's not relevant and your prices are uncompetitive, this could be hugely damaging. All these questions lead you to determine whether outsourcing is potentially going to be of value to you. So, outsourcing might not be bad for my business, and I can see that it may well add value to my business. So how do I take that tentative step forwards? You need flexibility when choosing a potential supplier. Find an outsourcing partner who will provide you with what you need and not what they have to offer you. Choose a supplier who will feel receptive to the idea of you getting involved with that business. Someone who will adapt easily and experience performing and have experience in performing multiple administrative tasks for a lot of travel companies, so have that wide range of skill sets across the travel industry. Choose a partner who is proactive and capable of recommending improved processes for the business. That is what certainly within Open Destinations, some of our customers have truly valued. Their team coming back and saying, by the way, we've looked at these processes. Have you thought about doing this in a slightly different way? And many of these ideas have been adopted by our customers at a head office level. People with a proven track record. Choose a partner with a solid, well-defined processes of their own. Someone who lays great store in recruiting quality staff, not just any staff. Someone who will decide on your level of involvement and welcome it. Someone who's not afraid of criticism and not afraid of new ideas that you might come up with. And most importantly, someone who's readily accessible. And again, relating it to Open Destinations, we do have a business and an office in the UK, so there's always somebody you can refer to here in the UK. If you are based in the UK, that is, that doesn't apply to all of those listening, so I apologize for that. Systems agnostic. Someone who's prepared to work with any system, who can work with your technology, whatever it might be. At ODL, we use iVector, Dolphin, I think I've mentioned these before, TravelLink, TravelWire, Apache, Druve, Ocean, and several other systems. 75% of our business in outsourcing is with other third-party systems or other in-house systems. We also have an excellent capability across all GDS, and we're familiar with their use. So what are the benefits of travel outsourcing? Outsourced staff are trained, committed, and they're closely monitored and work in dedicated teams. That helps maintain control and commitment. But I have to say, a combination of excellent technology, truly robust processes, and great staff in equal measures manages workflow better, allows better engagement with the customer, improves compliance, drives productivity, and manages risk. Travel expertise. Staff experienced in travel processes will be a better fit for your business. And this is also important. But what kind of staff are we talking about? Staff who are enthusiastic and motivated with the right mental attitude is fundamentally important. Staff who value these tasks. And how important is this? Staff who hate making mistakes. So I've put some percentages up here, and you might question them quite rightly. I cannot go into too much detail, but we do have case studies to substantiate and back up all these numbers. So please feel free to ask for more information or to see them. But in general, we have delivered a 30% decrease in costs, a 50% increase in overall productivity. And this last statistic is something we're really proud of. High levels of accuracy achieved per year and consistently every year. And this reinforces that particular point. We've got committed, highly trained and experienced teams who offer more accuracy and make fewer mistakes. And it's back to the issue of staff having the right mentality and approach. And also, they've got to be supported with robust processes, and where issues are identified, corrective action to be taken. More time to focus elsewhere, rather vague. But what this means, I suppose, is that by outsourcing this effort, you'll have more time to concentrate on other areas of the business and be a lot more strategic. So what do we have on offer? And these are categorized into 5 main areas. Accounts payable also embraces supplier management and invoice reconciliation. Again, looking at your accounts payable departments, Where are there crunch points, pinch points where you think, oh my goodness, this takes far too much time. We could really do with some support here. So it's importing supplier invoices, investigating failed transactions, all the while also improving margin and better supplier relationships. Product management, this is something we really do pride ourselves on, and it embraces the whole gamut of the product life cycle, from loading those hotel contracts, the tours, the excursions, managing the inventory, managing special offers, stop sales, contract amendments and allocations, and then looking to see if those prices are accurate and, more importantly, relevant and competitive in the marketplace. Online reservations. I said before that this is your shop window, so making sure that everything is right on that system, monitoring the requests. And we've done a good deal of work here in confirming bookings via email that have been taken online, checking rates and availability as well, and looking at other options that might be available for the customer so you don't lose the sale. On the customer services side, it's handling queues, dealing with issues and queries, managing data control, providing support for a technical help desk, investigating customer complaints to a certain extent so we deliver it to our customer, who can then use their in-house resource to progress the complaints and write a proper response within the legal guidelines. And finally, airlines, monitoring queues. We've done some great work on ADMs to make sure that the ticketing is handled in a correct way and it's accurate, to avoid ADMs and large costs incurred from the airlines sending them invoices for any errors. Handling schedule changes, name and date changes. And just coming to think of it, when a flight comes into date range, making sure that it is properly actioned, and from a tour operator point of view, book it straight away as soon as it comes into date range, and that could save a lot of money. And this final slide, really, just before we end, is a catch-all for everything. What I've said before in those 5 previous slides isn't everything we do. We do offer a genuine bespoke solution. And it's what you need, it's what you require that matters most to us. And that's where, if we get it right and we find the right areas that we need to target jointly, then we can certainly deliver productivity and efficiency that you require. We can provide references and case studies should they be of interest to you. Well, now I think we've got some questions that have come through, and if I may run through some of those. Have I got enough time to cover those? Yeah. One question that's come through is, I can find cost-effective resources in my country. Is your service still of value to me? And the answer, quite simply, is yes, because our role is to optimize efficiency and performance. It's to deliver better compliance and less risk for your business, and to obviously deliver improved productivity. One must remember that the staff costs that I've said before in previous slides are fully laden, include all of those costs. You recruit superb staff, make sure you have quality staff who really will engage and understand the value of that job that they might be doing, and don't just treat it as a stepping stone to other things. Having the right processes in place is absolutely fundamental in this. And also considering the fact that that resource that you might have might be better employed elsewhere. How is your BPO team structured is another question. We've got a great team in Goa, highly experienced leadership team led by the irrepressible Arif Khan, the VP for BPO. It's a team of senior managers, a great management team, team leaders for each individual account. And I did say earlier that each account has its own dedicated team. In terms of the size of the team, we generally request that it be a minimum of 3 staff. And that would include 2 people working 100% doing the doing, and a team leader who will liaise with you on a regular basis, who will identify training needs and take corrective action where that's required, but when required will also fill in doing the doing. So minimum numbers, that was a question that came through, would be 3. I've been asked a question about costs, and it's something that I would prefer to deal with you individually and discuss them. We have ballpark figures, but there's a cost per member of staff, there is a management cost, and there's a setup cost involved, and I'd prefer to take those with you, and we're very transparent about our cost structures. But that is certainly something I can cover up later. Can I secure a ring-fence team in your offices? Absolutely ring-fence, and I've said this before. We pride ourselves, and that's what sets us apart from some other outsourcing businesses, that we do provide a dedicated resource for each one of our customers. How flexible can you be with working hours and with weekends? We work 9 to 5, 5:30 Mondays to Fridays, India hours. For those in the UK, we're 5.5 hours ahead on GMT and 4.5 on British Standard Time. But we can adjust to suit your working hours if you wish. Most companies and organizations we work with don't really require that. They think they might, but tend not to. But if you need flexibility, we can certainly do that, working outside those hours, appropriate to your own working hours as well as weekends, should they be required, but obviously there will be an additional charge. It's now past, and I have come to the end of my 30 minutes. I promised you that we would be on time, and I very much hope that you found that useful. Should you need to contact me, please do so, manuel@opendestinations.com. I'd be happy to take this further. I hope you found this webinar of interest, and do please stay in touch. Thank you very much.